Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. It is October 2nd. We have gone through a full 3-week cycle of the Dreaming City. Looks reasonable in here again. Not too much taken around. I mean, there are a few enemies rolling around, but obviously the exact opposite of last week with giant floating taken balls and taken essence coming out of the ground. All that stuff is gone. So we have made full circle. When you talk to Petra, she will kind of explain that. But I wanted to do basically a quick run through of the Ascendant Challenge for the week of October 2nd. I will definitely title this one with the place where it's located and hopefully cover the lore piece for you guys as well. Pretty sure I know where it's at. Hopefully I don't miss it on the way in. But if you are in the Devilian Mist, the standard location here for the landing zone, you're pretty much going to do a quick U-turn. Right back here. And you are going to go into the Lost Sector. It's the Bay of something. And if you're wondering what that crackling sound is, I was lucky enough to get this guy, the Trinity Ghoul Bow. I got it last week after turning in most of my bounties, and yeah, so kind of goofing around with this one. We'll see how it goes. This crackle is actually the lightning rod effect that really doesn't seem to have a timer. When you get a precision kill, you have this lightning rod effect that works pretty well. Show you guys when I actually shoot it. The lightning that actually comes down is pretty powerful, actually hitting groups of enemies. So there you go. Seam between reality does grow weaker, so notice that is definitely there. This thing is kind of powerful. So when you see the seam grows weaker, you know you're headed in the right direction. That means you're kind of pretty close to the point where things are about to go crazy. This thing has actually a triple shot bow, which is bananas. I'm not entirely sure where this thing's going to be overly beneficial or if it's just kind of more of a gimmick, but we will see. But if you just kind of hug this path along the shoreline here, I will clear the enemies out real quick, so if I need to speed that one up, I can. Shouldn't take too long, though, if I can get the Screeb to actually kind of land in a relatively grouped location. This should be not too bad. That's why Trinity Ghoul is cool. You can clear out that many ads really, really quickly with a nice explosion. But yeah, we are in the Bay of Drowned Wishes. Gonna have quite a few Screeb out here. The chain effects should explode them fairly quickly. Hopefully they don't explode all on me. Ow. There's the one sniper up there. Really? Well, quick explosion, but nice thing about Lost Sectors, if you're not in the no respawn zone, you're still good to go. Yeah, a few of these guys up here. Just a couple more. Alright, that should pretty well wrap it up. Okay, so once you've cleared this out where you would have the shield wall that goes down, if you actually stand still, I have the sound down a little bit, but I'll be quiet. You actually hear that portal sound. What you want to do is look on this rock, kind of in this canyon here. Actually going to have a few ads that come that direction. Anybody else want a piece? There. So, you'll notice where I'm at. This is where the shield generator would be. Turn to your right about 90 degrees. Pop your tincture and we are going to jump in. But again, if you just want to skip ahead to the section, I'll kind of put a timestamp here. For those of you coming in, we are in the Bay of Drowning Wishes. This is where you would pop the shield wall after you clear the ads, and your portal is tucked between this little rock segment. So if you kind of come around this area, you might hear it, but you not see it. You got to do a quick U-turn, look between the rocks. So let's go in. All right, so we are on the Agonarch Abyss, and Abyss, very deep hole. With no doubt, that is exactly what this is. If you can creep down, way, way, way down there. It's only a couple wizards, pretty easy fight, but it's mostly a jumping puzzle to get down there. I'm on my Warlock, Mr. Floaty, so this may be a bit of a struggle, so we'll see how this goes. The best piece of advice I can tell you, the little Toland wisp that travels around, you need to go ahead and follow that all the way down. It will help you kind of guide you to the platform so you're not trying to jump in the dark. It will actually light up where you're going. So we're going to go ahead and push over here. The only lore piece I know is probably what I would call about 4 or 5 platforms down. And just as you get to a platform where he is going to be, he'll kind of shoot off to the next one. So just follow me along. So start over there, run across the angled rock. There are very weird angular rocks in this thing. You'll see the slope on this is pretty steep. You can stand on probably more things in here than you think you can. There are a few platforms, I guess, major rocks. Like this looks like a geode. Not the ones that look like that. There are a few that just look like boulders, kind of like this type of geometry. that are actually rotating. So watch for those. Be careful when you jump. Take a second. Make sure it's not one of those. If you have the Wish Ender bow and you're looking for these taken eggs, there's one of them up behind you. And there's a couple on your way down as well. So let's go to the next piece. Not sure I trust myself with the Warlock jump, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, next piece. And you can see we got a little... That's actually Toland out there who would speak to you, so just remember that. You gotta follow the little wisp to actually make progress in the zone. So here's the key. When you see this platform, looks like it actually has a design on it, has some kind of ornate diamonds. You can see potentially maybe a top section. Toland is not always in the same spot as well. He may be somewhere else, so just keep an eye out. If you see one that you're following, kind of flickers, and then you see this one up here that's a little two, basically, you'll know one moves with your platforms, one is basically stationary. This is the one that will talk to you if you have that daily quest. So we're going to go ahead and jump over to this one. It's not going to look like you can land on much, but I promise you can. Now this one will turn around and go back down that direction, but we are actually going to proceed up. One, to see what Toland has to say. Up here at the top of this crazy thing.
Yet from those flames no light, but rather darkness visible.
Nothing too profound there, but again, same on this ornate structure. You guys will notice over here there's a tree towards the top of it. It's actually where we started, is way up there. And over here we actually do have the piece of lore. So again, this is the Agonarch Abyss piece of lore called Cosmogire 4, if I'm actually using my Roman numerals correctly, hopefully. So work your way down the platform again. Try not to overshoot, because as this little bit kind of gets lower, if you start running, you might actually hop. You're going to see a few of these that actually have holes in them. Catch yourself here. You'll notice the platform is actually telling you to go down here to the bottom of the statue, kind of the orb it's wearing, or orb it's holding. There's another taken egg there. And then actually, if I can show you guys, there's a final taken egg. Actually, I think it's pretty much on the top of that dome we're going to fight. But you guys can actually see as the light flashes the path that we're going to proceed down. When it flickers, sometimes it takes a second, of course, there. You can see that kind of arc around, and we're going to go through all of those rocks. Hopefully I don't have a fail, because you will spawn outside. It's not that bad. It's pretty easy, just a jumping puzzle more than anything. But it is one of those that is just a bummer to redo any of this stuff. Alright, now once you land on the orb, you can actually ride the statue's kind of center section down a little bit to the geode here. I have had some weird landing spots. I'm not entirely sure why, so just take this one slow. I died once randomly just by kind of sliding down, catching myself, and it still counted as a death, so be careful about that. Now, after the kind of midsection slide, you'll notice this one actually will rotate. My advice is if you're having any issues, try and wedge yourself in any of these crevices that seem like they're actually going to catch you. And this is kind of what I'm not saying here. But you'll notice you actually have the ability to stand on stuff you probably don't think you can. These actually won't slow you down despite what you think, so push on forward. Those are actually not geometry. That will slow you down. So these two you want to be fairly quick. Check your judgments. We've got another one here. This one will be stationary. Work your way down. And again, this one will not move. You can always check. If you need a point of reference, look at that. Platform is not moving. Next two, as you can tell, are rotating. So my advice, depending on its placement, you can see that one is going to flatten out. Jump on down. Try and catch the jump here. Sometimes landing these little crevices will help catch your jump. Just make sure you don't rotate off. And one more jump here. Come on, Warlock, float. There. Ow. Weird landings like that seem to hurt you, and I don't always know what causes that. Just be careful about that. Next one should be stationary, so just try and make it down there. I did this on a Titan earlier, and again, if you fall, make sure you start running the direction opposite the slope so you don't fall off. Got another hoop here. Come on, float. Come on, float. All right, so we are down pretty much near the bottom now. So if you're looking for the eggs, if you have the Wish Ender Bow, here's number 3 sitting on top. Still immune because this is the Trinity Ghoul, not the one that breaks them. Once you land down there, you'll have a few things that spawn, and then you're going to have 2 wizards. Not overly painful, but I would advise some type of void damage. I've got my grenade launcher, and then I've got my super as well. Now, these are typically 540, 550, somewhere in there. I forget the level of these, I'm not entirely sure. 565, I am definitely highly enough leveled that these shouldn't be too difficult. So if you're low a level, just know you might have to be a bit more precautious where you're fighting and use your cover a bit more frequently. Try and catch the landing here. All right, so we are here. That is the exit portal I gotta imagine up top. So it says Toland beckons you. Hi. Nope, here we go. The corruption spreads. As the corruption spreads, you will see the wizards out there. A couple quick shadow thrall. So you got 2 of them. You got Hamat, the warp. And again, just be careful. If you got to run around, dodge their shots for a little bit just to get some recovery going on, just stay mobile. Apparently I'm just going to whiff all my shots here. So that is 1. The other one is in there. Now, if you do have the joys of these little guys, shadow thralls coming at you and they get aggressive, time to just take care of business here in a second once I find the boss. The corruption spreads. It does seem like, yeah, it's getting to be a bit tough in here. How are you not dead? Thank you. Now, the longer you take, it did seem like the floor actually got to be takenified and you kind of get slowed, so speed will be the issue. As soon as you launch those wizards, make sure your super is charged, which probably should come on your fall down, and make sure you got some heavy ammo as well. Do not forget to open the chest. That is actually how you complete the Ascendant Challenge. Grab your gear. Your drop will not be a high-level piece of gear. I mean, I'm 565, so a few below. Grave Robber. Bummer. But this will be a very high piece of gear for you, so pop that thing when you want to. Exit portal is on the side. I don't know why I have this weird feeling there's going to be like a piece of lore in the tree. I just want to look real quick. But if you are done and good to go, you can definitely exit the video. But thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Agonarch Pass. See if I can actually get some elevation in a tree here. Terrible jumping in these tree branches. I don't think there's going to be much around here. So, chest has despawned. Got to find the portal, and we are outie. And that's it. So, pretty decent run. Nothing too crazy. The wizards can be painful if you don't have anything to kill them quickly. So, make sure you got a super. Hit a rally flag. Make sure your power weapon is good. You're going to be dealing with void damage. So, if your power weapon is not void, bring something else that is. So, you can damage and drop those shields. And then, you know, pop them with Whisper, Sleeper, something powerful, and kill them quickly. Speed does seem to be of the essence. Because if those Shadow Thrall come in, and then also the ground turns, you know, taken, you will be in trouble. So speed does seem to be the factor there. Well, I hope this video was helpful to all of you. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like below, leave a comment, say hey. If you got any questions, let me know. You can follow me on Twitch or Twitter at Ebontis, and especially right here on YouTube. If you have not subscribed, I do content like this all the time, so hit that subscribe button and the alert bell, and I will stay in your feed more frequently. Thanks to YouTube helping me out a lot recently. I got a huge boost of subs, but honestly, you never quite know. So thank you all for the support. I will see you in another video. Potentially going to do either a raid description or something like that for that first boss fight, because I got to do it and it was pretty cool. So I will see you all soon in the next one.